Ok. Disculpe, esta presentación no va a estar en castellano porque es demasiado difícil para mí, pero a veces puedo intentar tomar preguntas y responder, pero voy a continuar en inglés. Ok. Entonces, let's switch. My name is Yannick Gaultier. I'm from France. I'm going to speak to you today about an extension that is very safe, that is very well maintained, that has everything that Pablo talked about, I hope, at least. Very briefly, I've been involved with Joomla, like several people mentioned already, since the Mambo day. I am a developer, so I developed extensions for Mambo and then Joomla. I've been doing that professionally. I started around 2005, just when Joomla started, at least publicly, and then since 2009, I've been developing I've been developing extensions professionally, commercially. From the start, I've been involved with SEO and more generally content extensions. And over so many years, I've had many different extensions. The most well-known one was one called SH447. Anybody knows that extension? Yeah, good. But it's gone. It's over. I've replaced it starting in 2020, about 4 years ago, with this set of extension. So, like I said, it's mostly SEO and AI. And I have also extensions for content. If you want to run a podcast on your website, you can use that. There's things to embed videos because there's AI for content and many things, and images, audio, video. There's a pattern here. But the extension I'm going to present to you today has nothing to do with that. It's just, and I'll explain to you a bit about that. I'm going to start with a simple question. La gente aquí si se utiliza Joomla y si tienes un nuevo sitio Joomla 5 con datos de ejemplo, ¿cuántas páginas y funciones piensas que hay cuando se instala Joomla? Okay, I'm not going to keep you waiting. I counted to nearly 300. So you can congratulate yourself because you are very good, because you know all these extensions, all these pages and functions by heart. The problem I had is that I'm not a very good Joomla administrator because I'm a developer, so I don't work on Joomla websites all day like most of you probably do, and I don't know all these 250 more functions. And you're going to see that every time you install an extension, you have more pages, you install plugins, you install modules, you install plenty of things, you have more features and functions. So I needed something to help me do that, manage that, because when I run my own website, basically I run just one website, my website. So I needed help, and I made an extension to help me do two things, and help you do two things. Make it easier to administer a Joomla website and make it at the same time faster. Usually you want fast, but it's not simple, or you want simple, but it's not fast. So I try to do both, because why not? And so I've created 4 commands so that I have something that helps you find commands, find pages, find features into Joomla. If you don't know how to manage the settings for the passkeys. I don't know how many of you are using passkeys, but there are plugins for that, and I don't know where they are. So find things, execute them very quickly, very easily, because when you're used to using Joomla, then you want to do things quickly. And to be entirely honest, since Joomla 4 and 5, there are things that maybe it takes a bit more clicks to achieve. Like you want to go to global configuration or install extensions, instead of going to just one page, you have to do a couple of clicks or 3 clicks sometimes. So not that many, but there are things like that. I've added lots of keyboard shortcuts, because when you want to be fast, then using the keyboards is sometimes the best way to do things. And because I was there, I have added some predefined extensions, actions, because sometimes there are things that takes more clicks than we want to be doing, and there's no such function inside of Joomla, so you have to do a lot of things, and so now it's pre-programmed. So I'm going to just switch right now to a demo. The extension is available on our website. There's a free version and a paid version, which is common. And I hope it's first time I use the QR code, so I'm not sure it's working, but you have the URL anyway. I'm going to sit down now. You tell me if it's not working, but it should. No, that's 3. Ok. Si no lo conoces, es un sitio Joomla. Este en inglés, y me parece que la primera cosa que debemos hacer es pasar en español. Entonces, me voy a explicar más adelante, pero le voy a hacer ahora. So I do this. I'll select Manage Languages. Oh, the site is super slow, so sorry about that. And I select Spanish. And that's it. So, and it's in Spanish. So what for command is doing, it helps you navigate, find things and navigate to them very quickly. If you've seen that, what I did, I pressed the shortcut for it, which is Alt Control X. If you're using a PC, and if you're using a Mac, there is another one. It's Command Control X, something like that. And when you do that, there's and you can do that everywhere you are within Joomla in the backend. For now, it's only working in the backend. So you can do that everywhere you are, whether you are editing something, changing the settings for a plugin, whatever you are doing, whether you are a new theme, editing something, you can always call this shortcut, and it opens up this pop-up, which we call the command palette. So if the developers in the place here knows, they are familiar with that. And the command palette is something. Okay, I hope it works. Can you see that here at the bottom? I have installed my own extensions. So there are 4 or 5 extensions that I'm making, and now there are 821 possible actions and pages to go and see. Good luck to remember all of that. So I'm going to just show you examples of things that you can do with that. So one of the things you can do is you'll probably usually do is go to the article manager. So now I have to change what I do usually, because it's now on Spanish. You remember that, of course. Okay, I didn't mention it, but you can see here that the extension is available in 22 languages, and lucky me and you, it's Spanish is included. So you switch to Spanish when you switch the language. So you can see here, you search for something, and then it provides you with a list of what matches what you search for. And then you select it, and then you press enter, and you go there. So I'm here on the list of articles. This is the article manager. I don't think I have Spanish. So if I open an article, the first thing I want to show you is that we're going to start with the keyboard shortcuts. Keep going on the keyboard shortcuts. One of the first thing it does is that it adds a number of shortcuts to any toolbar. So if you have an extension that follows the Joomla standard for programming, then all the guardar y cerrar y los otros acciones automáticamente tienen un, ¿cómo se dice? Shortcut. Atajo. Shortcut. Okay, atajo. So it's all standardized, and the first one you're probably going to use a lot is Control S. So if you're, doing something here, you press Control S, and then it saves the article. And then you have a bunch of other shortcuts. They follow a pattern. So you got Alt-Shift-S to save and close. I'm going to reopen it and all that. So all these pages, the articles, but also the plugins, the modules, the any other extension that's using a standard Joomla toolbar, and pretty much all of them are. You use Control-S. Now you can use Control-S everywhere. You can use Alt-Shift-N to get a new to save and get a new one. You have Alt-Shift-C for save and create a copy. All of these are done automatically. So that's the first thing. There are also, when you are on a list like this one, there are a few things that for command do to help you. There are also shortcuts for these tools. And there is also one thing you may have noticed here. It's focusing the search field when you're arriving here, because many times when you're arriving on a list of things, then the first thing you want to do is search. So it's focusing the search field so that you don't have to find your mouse and see, find your mouse and click on it. Okay, so that's the first thing, the shortcuts that you have for the toolbars. But there are more shortcuts. I'm going to open the search box, and you may have noticed some of them here. It's the article list, the most common pages. There's a direct shortcut to get to them. So Alt-Control-A is for accessing the article list, and you got a bunch of them. Let's say you want to, I'm going to close that. Let's say you want to install an extension, then it's Alt-Control-I. And it may seem, so I just press Alt-Control-I and I'm ready to install an extension. Maybe I want to update the extensions, so that's Alt-Control-K, sorry. So it looks like it's hard because you have to learn them, but first, yeah, you have to learn them. The thing is, the ones you use like daily, very often, you don't even think about it. After 2 minutes, you have them, and the problem I have is when I go to a website that doesn't have for command, and now I have to, okay, I want to install an extension, so I have to go to System. First, I have to close the article I am editing, or I have to open a new tab. Now I have to click System, and then I can go to Extensions, and I can install. So, yeah, that's what it is. So as you can see, there's a bunch. You got a help system here, and you got a list of these. You can access the system page. Can you see that? Is it big enough? Okay. And I'm going ahead of myself here a little bit, but you can install extensions. You can actualizar extensiones, gestionar los plugins. If you want to go to the plugins, if you want to go and go to your user manager, it's Alt-Control-U. Yeah. So on a fast site, it's going to be very fast to go there. So you got all these shortcuts, that set of shortcuts that are for the most common pages, and you can access them directly. So that's the second thing that it's doing. And then there are things that it does that Joomla doesn't do. That's the next step. So far, we've seen we can find things that Joomla is doing. We can execute them very quickly, but it's just Joomla things that Joomla is doing. So I have added a few things that Joomla is not doing very easily, or you can do with Joomla, but you need to work a bit on it. So for instance, the simple thing, crear nuevo artículo. Crear nuevo categoría, crear nuevo campo personalizado, and so on and so on. So you just have to, wherever you are, let's say we are here in the users, I want to create a new article, crear nuevo artículo. I press enter and I'm there. That's it. So you've got these first new set of actions that do not exist directly. There is no direct way to access them. But then there is a group of features or things that does not exist, and they are listed here. Ejecutar, comando ejecutar es más difícil. One that I really like is to clear the cache. Like you are anywhere, you know, I'm doing something. I'm typing an article, very sincere, and I press save. I'm not going to do that because it's going to be not happy. It's going to prompt me. But let's say I have this article here. I'm doing some changes. I press save, and I go to the front end to see it, but it's still cached. So I just press Alt Control C, and the cache is cleared. You can see here at the top there's a small icon here, and if I press C, it tells you this is happening. Good time to mention that this works on Joomla 3, 4, and 5 the same. They doesn't care. So the first of these, So there are plenty of things like that are pre-programmed. You can, so how is it called? You can see, yeah. Without having to move to go to another page while you are editing, you can clear the trash, either the articles or the category or the contact trashes. When you are in the on the list here, for instance, the articles, you can show the trash. Mostrar elementos eliminados. And what it does is it does this, which is, I mean, having the trash in Joomla is nice, but sometimes you have to, it's a bit, yeah, it gets on your nerves because you have to click so many things. So now you can just access for the articles, but for other lists of things that have a trash, then you can use that categories, contacts, banners, whatever has a trash page. You can do that. Now, the other, I know it's just a list of things. It's not very nice and funny, but you have to live with it really to understand, to see how it's useful. I have, we have this function, which is also accessible through I have forgotten what the shortcut is. Atajo. I was not far. You can check in all the content with just either by a click here or Alt Control H. It's things you do or you want to do very often, but you don't because it's a bit too hard to do. Okay, I'm going to very quickly. There are plenty of things you can change. I learned that depuración is the debugger in Joomla. You can enable or disable it whenever you are without having to go to system, global configuration, and so on. Likewise, you can set the level. So I'm here. I'm going to show you. I'm going to.
Sorry, Yannick, the one that you just did, which was checking all the.
Yes.
And it's translated as register and registrar, which is not very helpful for.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a typical translation for that. We had it even in the Spanish in the core translation.
Yeah.
And
no, I'm not insulted.
No.
Because it's all, as you can guess, I cannot maintain 22 languages by myself, so it's all AI translated, and
I know
it's usually good. But
you wouldn't take it that way because I'm just contributing on real time to that because
I'm not sure I will
read registrar entrada todo el contenido. I have no idea what's that doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure I will remember
we can
that.
Talk about it later.
Yeah,
maybe,
you need to mention it again because I'm sure I will not forget. I will forget about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can also set the level of reporting. Like I'm here, I'm editing an example. Or I'm inside another extension and there's a problem. I do that and I say. It's in Spanish, so I'm not sure. But see, I can change from here the error report level. So I just press here because this is a change on the site. It's prompting for a confirmation. So it has changed in the global configuration the level. So if we go to, I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to global, configuración global. One thing is you can open, by default it will open in the same tab, but if you go here, this button here, and then it will open in a new tab. It's because sometimes you want to keep what you are doing. So if we go to, I changed the error reporting, so it's going to be, aquí yes. So the big benefit is not so much that you can change it in itself. It's that you can change it with just whenever you are doing without stopping what you were doing. And the same for a few things. Let me go back here. For instance, yeah, you can change this sort of thing. And if you are editing yourself, for instance, let me. I'm sorry, but I'm much better. Error. I'm going to put it back here. So one thing I'm also doing very regularly is that you are editing this article and you want to switch to code mirror. So you type code mirror. You press enter, and now you have to reload the page, and it's changed right here. And then of course I mean, it's nothing new. There is a plugin by Peter at Regular Lives, I think that does that, but I'm not sure it's compatible with, I don't know if it's compatible with Joomla 5. It's there. Let's go back to Tiny MCE, and there it is. There are things that requires that the page is reloaded because Joomla cannot change the editor, but it's working this way. Okay. There, the one few thing, there is also like JZipping, and you can activate or disable the cache in the same way. You can put the site on or offline with just a keystroke. That's pretty much it. I have one more things to show you. First, there is also a search mode that's more general. Let's just mention the plugins and the module. So let's say you want to do things. You are here, and you want to you want to plugin. Yeah. Okay. Let's say the cache system plugin. Okay. The cache system plugin, you want to access it from anywhere. I'm not sure I'm using it right in Spanish. Yeah, but plug off. Yeah. So there's a function where I'm not sure it works in Spanish actually. There's a function where you can switch on and off every module and plugin. So you select let's try with let's say the breadcrumb. I think the breadcrumb. So if you want to, for each module and each plugin on the site, there are three items that are listed. You can access the module or the plugin settings, and you can publish or unpublish it. So if you type breadcrumb off and you press enter, there's confirmation because it's a big change, but that's it. You have disabled the breadcrumb module. That works for any module or any. Yes, yeah, it's done. It's done. You don't have to do anything. That's the point. You want it to be working in the background. Otherwise, if you need to do something, then so it was the breadcrumb. You type something like that, and you set on, and yeah. Normally, it's also translated, so I'm not sure. Publicar. I'm pretty sure that's publicar mod. Des publicar. So you can use it that way. So it will work for every single module or plugin. You can access your templates, of course, and things like that. So we are in the more advanced things. So let's say you want to. There's a search function, and that search function you started by pressing a question mark at the start. And what that does is that it lets you search the content, not the Joomla features, modules, plugin extension, but the content. So if I know I have an article that talks about sitemap. So I just tap sitemap and I press enter, and I'm going to edit this article, or any article, or anything that has whatever you type, or a bit of it in the title, and just the title. It works for categories as well. So I don't know what categories I have, but it works for categories of any kind. So that's the search function. It's really nice when you are editing something or working on plugins or your template or something, and you want to go back to an article, or if you don't remember which article you're looking for and you want to edit, you only search for a part. It's much faster than going to the article list, clicking something in the search field and typing something. It's much faster. Second thing, it's more of a a gimmick, let's say. So if you type lorem, let's say you are editing something here. I'm gonna put that here. There's a sample text generator. So you type lorem or you activate it, and then you select a number of paragraphs, how many words in the paragraph, whether you want HTML, and if you do HTML, you want to have subtitles, and you can either copy that or insert it into the editor. And yeah, well, good. There's a demo that works perfectly. It's not a demo, so. Okay, for some reason it stops working. So, is it? Yeah, okay, but moved. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's there actually. Yeah. No, I will. Yeah, that's because I have the other extension for AI, the AI assistant. It does that. It inserts the content wherever you want it. But this one is not as nice. It's just a lorem ipsum. And because it's like the thing where you can do everything, you can also type equal, and then you've got a calculator. So yeah. So, but it's it looks funny, but sometimes you have 256 pixels split in two, plus 20 pixel margins. I think it doesn't like the spaces. Yeah, I should allow the space. So sometimes it can be useful. I use it, so yeah, I use it. So that's why I did it. So, and then you press enter. It's in your clipboard, and then you can keep going, and so on and so on. Okay, that's more a gadget gimmick, but it's there. Okay. So so it's not really done yet because it's recent. It's like before the summer, essentially. So the first thing is it will pick up any extension that has. Sorry about the slow site. So if you got an extension that has menu items, it will pick up. You don't have to do anything. It will pick them up. All right. Any module, any plugin that the extension installs, it will see them. Now, if you want to do things like search into Virtumart or into Hikashop or articles, then there needs to be something. It's not done yet, but it's
a special command for your extension that you want to be present. Can that be done?
Okay. At the moment, no. So it's two different things. I'm not allowed to pronounce the word here, but just like another major CMS, there are plenty of filters, hooks, which you add a line somewhere, and you don't even need a plugin because there's like a function file, and you can put a line there, and so it's really easy to do. It's not formalized, it's not documented because it's too early, but it's absolutely possible. And what was the other question? Sorry?
A custom command, and if you have a plugin that can insert that command.
Okay, so at the moment there's no customization. The only customization that you can do in terms of is here. You can change the main keyword, the main shortcut. You can change that if it interferes, but you can't customize the shortcuts or select which one you prefer or all of that. All the keyboards shortcuts are set. It's incredibly difficult to find keyboard shortcuts because there's always your screen reader has the same keyboard shortcut, or your Chrome or Edge or Safari has the same. There's always interference. There's a screenshot utility that's there. It's very difficult. So I will have to do something to allow customization, but it's just not done yet, really. But it will happen.
I'm not sure he meant the shortcut. You meant the shortcut?
Oh yeah. That's super easy. Again, it's going to be a filter, and it's actually exists. It's just not documented. So that's going to be super easy. Even if you're not like an extension developer, you can copy paste a small snippet, and it will certainly work that way. So yeah. Okay. Yeah.